All right, hello everybody. So this is the worst mistake I ever made, and that was making a horde base and attracting screamers at the same time because I was getting my butt kicked. So as we're walking along here, let me just stop and show you. It looks horrible, but that's a bunch of iron bars, and they've got a whole bunch of levels, and I put about a dozen campfires on there. And you light a dozen campfires, that screamer's on you fast. Okay, so let's continue on. Now, this is the ugly, horrible horde base. It had so many flaws. I was so close to the ground, and iron bars were the weakness. I had a trap door at the bottom and a ladder on the side, and they always broke my ladder off. So once I got overran, I would have to go down my escape hatch and out the emergency tunnel and just go run and hide because I couldn't do anything because I didn't have the new horde base built yet. So as you can see, it's pretty much ground level. It's very strong, very deep. They're not getting under it. They're never going to get me until they go through those iron bars. And let me tell you, they did it every time. And they would be, all of a sudden, they're in there with me. So I would have to actually start the fight on the roof and then jump down and run away. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what is it that I need to do to this thing, because I was going to blow it up. You saw I had the dynamite ready. And I was like, nah, no, let's see what it's going to take, what kind of resources I'm going to need to build to enclose this thing in cement. Kind of like Chernobyl, make it a sarcophagus. So I'm doing this just to get a good count, and then I just got to figure out how tall I'm going to make it. I'm not going to show the whole building of it because it's just building a concrete box. It's kind of boring. Didn't know how it was going to be set up at this point. I just knew I had to do something because it was an eyesore and an absolute failure. I didn't die while using it, but I would have to run away. And then I've got all those campfires lit. And so I'd have screamer after screamer, and there was nothing I could do. All right, so that's what it looked like. This is what it looks like today. And so there's my new horde base, just for perspective. It's all reinforced concrete all the way up. I built this around the escape tunnel so that if I'm up top and I had attracted a screamer, I can get down and out through my escape tunnel and run out there, and she wouldn't be able to see me. Now, what I've actually found out is she goes and sits here at the door. That's where she's attracted to, is the door. So let's just go inside, and I'll show you what it looks like in the base, which if you watch any of my other videos, you might have seen me in here many, many times. But this is the original tunnel. That was an emergency box for supplies and ammo, because this was a really narrow top. So here's the first floor where I was defending from. They would bust through these iron bars just instantly. It took nothing. And so I went ahead and just concreted some of it up. Plus, they had huge blind spots. The blind spots were just horrible. So where I used to stand on top of the base, I now have built a nice workstation. It's got everything I need. Believe it or not, everything up there except for the workbench attracts the screamer. If I ran those cement mixers, that'll bring a screamer. The reason for the two ladders is, one, if I go down here and I do something stupid, which happens, I've got a second way up. You can see I boxed in these bottom rungs. I was ground level with them. You know, they could get at me pretty easily, and they would right through the bars. But that's the second escape from down there. And the only reason I kept them is in case somebody did break in, I've got to do some repairs. Trying to get the right angle here to kind of show you everything that's here. But it's a complete working workstation, and I at least made something out of that carcass of a ruined failure horde base. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the content.